Henry was in the yards resting. He had no work to do and was getting bored. Just then, Henry's driver stepped into the cab. "Come on, Henry, we need to get going." "Where?" asked Henry. "Some fuel cars need to be delivered to the other railway. We need to hurry. The diesels need to start their work tomorrow." Henry was delighted. Now he wouldn't have to sit in the yard all day and do nothing. And with that, Henry waited for his fire to build up, and soon he hurried away to the fuel depot. By the time Henry arrived at the fuel depot, it was starting to get dark. He buffered up to the trucks, and his driver and fireman prepared for the journey. Soon, Henry puffed away with his train-load of fuel for the other railway. It was a long way to the other railway, but Henry didn't mind. He found a good run to stretch his wheels. Soon, Henry arrived on the other railway. Henry parked his trucks in the siding. Just as Henry was uncoupling from his train, a diesel pulled up alongside him. Henry started to feel very nervous. The diesel looked at Henry suspiciously. Henry glared back at the diesel. His driver had uncoupled the train, and Henry quickly hurried away. Just as Henry was leaving the yard, Henry noticed a strange-looking lorry he had never seen before. Henry pulled up alongside. The lorry looked at him, and Henry looked back at the lorry. "Hello," said the lorry. "My name's Michael. Who are you?" "My name's Henry. You're a breakdown vehicle, aren't you?" "Why, yes," replied Michael. "Butch is away on the main line doing other work, so Sir Topham Hatt brought me over from the United Kingdom to help out with his work until he returns from the mainland." "Really?" asked Henry in surprise. "As a matter of fact, I just met Butch the tow truck here in the same spot 6 years ago, not to mention it." "Really? Well, what do you know? Now you've met another tow truck here in the same spot." And they both laughed. "Anyway," said Michael, "I better get going. Sir Topham Hatt needs him to be on time." And with that, Michael started up his engine, and he drove away. Henry tooted his whistle, and he soon set off. Next day, Henry was assigned to do rail repair work on the branch line with Edward and Harvey. He was telling them about Michael and how he was worried about Butch being replaced with the new wrecker. Sir Topham Hatt doesn't replace Butch with Michael. Butch has been on the island of Sodor for many years. It would be a shame to have him replaced and sent away. Harvey chuckled. "Oh, I wouldn't worry so much about that, Henry. I doubt Sir Topham Hatt would do such a thing like that. Butch is a best friend, and also he is well known around the island to all of the engines, including me, since I've done work with him before." "Harvey is right," said Edward. "Sir Topham Hatt would never do such a thing like that." Henry knew that Edward and Harvey were right. Maybe Sir Topham Hatt wouldn't replace Butch with the new wrecker, he thought, but he was still worried. Later that day, the work was complete, and the engines were about to head back home. But then there was trouble. The hillside was starting to crumble, and rocks and dirt were falling near the tracks. Henry noticed a large rock sitting at the top of the embankment. "Look out," said Henry. "That rock is going to fall." And Henry was right. The rock fell down the embankment and landed on the tracks. Harvey started to move out of the siding and didn't see the rock fall onto the tracks. "Harvey, look out!" shouted Henry. But it was too late. Harvey shot at the flatbed and it crashed into the rock and came off the tracks, blocking the points. Now no one could move. All 3 engines were trapped. "Harvey, look what you did," shouted Edward. "Wasn't me," said Harvey. "That rock fell from the top of the embankment." Suddenly, the 3 engines heard a strange horn in the distance and the sound of an engine whirring. "What's that?" asked Harvey. It was Michael. He was coming down the branch line when he heard the crash. "Oh, Michael," cried Henry. "We're so glad to see you. Can you please help us?" "No worries, Henry. I'll soon have that flatbed back on the track in no time." Michael positioned himself next to Harvey. Harvey quickly moved out of the way. Michael raised up his long arm and set to work at once. Michael roared his engine, and with a mighty heave, he heaved and hauled the flatbed back onto the track. "Well done, Michael," said Henry. Michael beamed happily. Then Michael picked up the huge rock, and the job was complete. "Thank you, Michael," said Henry. "Yes, thank you," said Harvey and Edward. Michael felt proud. Soon, all the engines were ready to go. Henry had something to say to Michael. "Thank you for helping us, Michael. You really are a useful breakdown truck." "Oh, you're welcome," said Michael. "I hope we get to meet again tomorrow." "For sure," said Henry. "I'll be coming back tomorrow to do some more work with Harvey and Edward. Maybe you'd like to join us tomorrow for the rest." "Splendid," said Michael. "I'll be sure to come back tomorrow." "Right. Now anyways, I have to get back to tin the sheds. Sir Topham Hatt is waiting for me. I'll see you tomorrow, though. Cheers. And keep up the good work." "Will do," said Michael. "See you tomorrow." And the breakdown truck headed back to the yards. As Henry steamed home to tin the sheds, he thought to himself, "Yes," he said, "welcome to the island of Sodor, Michael.